everybody, greetings. It is I, your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend, Joe Seeby. Happy Thursday. Thursday is part of our creative writing class, and it's an exercise that we like to call Picture This. What is Picture This, you ask? Well, Picture This is when I show you an image or a photograph, a screensaver, a thought-provoking image, anything, and you study it, really look at it, give it some real thought, and then write either a poem or a songwriting, like a chorus to a song, okay? I'm always thinking like a songwriter. So when I look at things like that, I am always trying to put together a song because I'm a songwriter. That's what I do. So I look at things and try to use it to my advantage or create some thought-provoking thing that I could find lyrically, musically, based on something that I'm looking at. This is a great exercise for your brain, and it really jumpstarts and kickstarts your imagination so you can really think of things. If you had to, like I tell you guys sometimes, when you're jumping around on cable and you want to see a movie, you hit the guide on your remote and it will give you a little paragraph about what the movie's about. Well, your song or poem or your chorus should reflect the same kind of thing based on an image that I give you. I hope that makes sense. So we're looking at it and we're giving it life. Imagine if you were watching a movie and you paused it. And you don't know what's going to happen after the pause when you hit play again. You don't know if you never saw the movie before. So you're left wondering what's going to happen next, right? Well, think of these images as pause in a film, okay? And it's like still life. And you have to give it a story, because right now it's just an image, And, sometimes people say, well, why do you do this? Well, it's just a great exercise for creativity. There's been times in the past at Performing Arts Studio West, some of you guys know, I would show you guys images based on like Google Images from a screensaver. It would show like flowers or a mist on a river or, things like that. And just beautiful images, or a silhouette of a woman coming up out of the water or something, and her hair's wet. You don't really see her face all the way, sort of silhouetted. And, it just captures your imagination, or like a sunset or whatever, it could be anything. A girl sadly walking away from a man. It tells a story in the picture, but you have to give it a voice. You have to give it more than what's just there. So your imagination is continuing the still life picture that you have to continue lyrically. And because I'm a songwriter and we're songwriters, a lot of the times what I'm always going for is something catchy that would be a chorus for a pop song, So don't worry about rhyming in the very beginning. Just write all your ideas down, Get all your ideas situated. What is this saying to you? This photograph, specific. I haven't shown you my photograph yet for this, but I will in a minute. And the one I picked today was really cool, and it gave me a lot of insight, but we'll get to that in a minute. It's very challenging to do this exercise. And I say this every week too. There is no wrong way to do this, okay? You write based on what you're seeing in that picture, It could be a picture of a cat, but it makes you think about your aunt because she had a cat that looked like that. That's not a wrong description for you because it's personal to you. And I want your personal takes on what you're looking at, you know. But here's some of the guidelines. It has to rhyme. It has to rhyme, you know. But not in the beginning. Just write all your stuff down. Write all your ideas down. And then think of ways that it could rhyme. Like the way a song does, you know, the way a song rhymes, you know. Really think of really catchy, you know, the greatest songs are the ones that you wish you wrote. When you hear the lines, you're like, oh my God, I've said that before. Why didn't I write that in a song? I have literally said that before, that expression. Why didn't I think of that for a song? And you want to punch yourself because you're like, I've said this like over my lifetime, probably 15 times, and never ever bothered to think to write it as a song. So, you know, this is why it's so important. Like I tell you in the other class, like the ghostwriting class, get in a room, lock your door, turn your do not disturb switch on your phone so that way people aren't calling you, interrupting your flow. Set some time aside to really look at these things and to be alone because I want you to go up here. This is the universe that you have to get into and unlock all the doors that are in there. There's a million doors in there in your mind, and there's not one wrong door to open. They're all yours to open. Okay? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to turn, well, I'm not going to turn my camera on. I'm just going to show you the image right now. So here is the image. Look at that. At first glance, doesn't it almost look like a vase? Like a vase, a vase, however you say it. And then you look at it, and then you realize it's two people looking at each other. And what this is, for artists, it's an exercise in negative and positive space. So like in the one picture, it's the space between the people is black. And the two faces are in white. And then right on the other side, the negative space, you know, I mean, the people are silhouetted in black and the background is white. Really look at that. Okay, and we're back. So I thought that was a cool image, you know. It just hit me, like really hit me. And I was like, wow, that is so cool, you know? So I started to study that picture, really look at it. And then I saw the word negative space. Okay, now usually there's no wordplay on this, but you know, I did go to art school way back, so I have drawn negative and positive space between objects. So I already was aware of that terminology. So I'm going to read to you what I wrote for this, okay? So this is just my interpretation of that image. And of course, you know, again, my imagination just goes, I just start seeing stuff poetic, maybe romantic, maybe love-oriented, because a lot of songs are about love and relationships. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. Because people relate to those things. Heartache, sorrow, sadness, remorse, jealousy, all those things stir up the human emotion. And what's the first thing you want in a song? You want people to identify emotionally to what you're singing about because they have felt these things themselves, okay? So because of the word space, that kept popping up in my head. So going back to, like I say, to my own life, things that I can only base things upon things that have happened to me personally, because I've only lived Joe Seavey's life. I haven't lived anyone else's. So based on my own history and things I've been, exposed to in my life. This is what I wrote. I wrote, I need a little space. It's getting harder for me. A little time away from us is all that I need. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm begging you, please, can't you see? I want to be free. I need a little space. It's getting harder for me. A little time away from us is all that I need. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm begging you, please, can't you see? I want to be free. So those are my words, and see how they rhyme, And then I turned this into, because the faces were so close, little, sometimes you feel very nervous if people are in your personal space too much. And, like a significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, you're not going to feel like that. But if the relationship is too clingy, it'll feel like that. You have no room to breathe. So that's what I meant when I say I need a little space. Especially on the visual. The noses are almost touching, And it's harder for me when you're that, I can't, you're not letting me breathe. You're not giving me any freedom at all, And that's what that photograph made me think of, I can't wait to see what it makes you think of. That's all the time we have tonight, you guys, but I can't wait to see what you write. Your poem or your chorus is based on that image. All right, guys, that is all the time I have tonight. This is your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend, Joe Seavey, signing off. Until tomorrow. Tomorrow is when we put a melody on this chorus. All right, guys, sleep well. I love you. I miss you. Have a wonderful night. And until tomorrow, I will see you. Peace.